Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope you're having a lovely evening. So a few days ago on this channel, I discussed this Wondershare Filmora company that had made a promise for the lifetime of what they were selling, and then they seemed to change the terms on people after they had already gotten their money. This seems to be a more continuous trend, whether it is a product that says it will act a certain way, and then when you get their money it changes, or a cat that pretends it knows how to wipe its ass until you take it in off the street, at which point it summarily stops. But in all seriousness, this is something that is fairly bothersome for a lot of people. I talk a lot on this channel about right to repair, the ability to repair the devices that you own. And as I have kind of zoomed out on this issue, as this channel has become more popular, as more people have reached out to me and I've looked over the technical landscape, what I've realized over the years is that right to repair is really one very, very small, tiny element under the broader umbrella of ownership that seems to be being just closer and closer to being taken away as a concept as time goes on. And there are so many products, so many services, so many devices that seem to be following in this model. And one of them is the security camera. So I wanted to read you an email that I received from a listener and then show you the product itself. It looks like this is a product called the Arlo video camera. So it says, "Hi Lewis, longtime subscriber from Switzerland. A few days ago, I saw your video on your take on Filmora and their attempt to change the lifetime subscription terms and conditions, which they ultimately had to apologize for and retract a few days later. I can report another similar case with Arlo security cameras, with a clear breach of trust and money grab attempt, which you may find interesting. On January 1st, Arlo decided not to send their best wishes to their customers, but instead issued an end-of-life policy for some of their cameras and announced the termination of a few services, such as the free 7-day rolling cloud storage that was included in several of their cameras. The Arlo cameras, previously owned by Netgear, are not cheap. These cameras I bought were around $200, which only made sense in the long run as they included this free 7-day rolling cloud storage. Now Arlo that has accepted our money, they are not just willing to deliver on their side of the agreement and want to force customers into an early replacement of their cameras or into an additional subscription, which they already announced may not even fully work with the products affected by the end-of-life policy. Without the cloud storage, the Arlo app may still alert me of an intrusion underway. However, Arlo will no longer store the 2-minute video of what exactly happened, which basically makes the entire system worthless. And they're also stopping the email notifications that allow you to get a notification that this actually occurred. So you don't get the email notification when something occurs, and there's no video clip of when that occurs. So what the F is the point of this particular product? I have difficulty to understand why companies are willing to shoot themselves in the foot by deciding not to fulfill their obligations, anger their most loyal customers, risk public scrutiny and humiliation, and potentially face legal repercussions. I hope you find this information interesting. So I thought I would click a couple of the links that were provided. This is Arlo Cameras Legacy End of Life. So it applies to a bunch of their cameras. Now you can see the corporate speak starting here. As part of Arlo's commitment to delivering the highest performance in smart home security, as well as its privacy pledge to protect our customers' privacy and data. You see what they're doing there. They're protecting your privacy and data by making a product that is disposable. We continually review the ability of our products and services to meet and exceed the ever-evolving technology and cybersecurity standards in the market. Based on this analysis, we determine when our products and services need to be updated or retired and moved into the end-of-life stage. There are various factors and blah, 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 blah. And when you look down here and you scroll, that's where you realize you get screwed. When a service is moved into end-of-life, specific features of services will no longer be available. Users may be migrated to the closest equivalent service. Users may be offered to change their service plan. And when you really get down to it, the free 7-day rolling cloud storage, the notification emails, the things that actually make the product worthwhile, no longer work. The best part here is where you can pay for a cloud subscription service, but there's no guarantee that this cloud subscription service will actually even work after you've paid for it. Here it says, can I still use my end-of-life device? It says end-of-life devices can utilize Arlo's new cloud video storage platform. However, some features may not be available since they no longer receive software firmware updates and are no longer supported, which goes back to the email that this gentleman sent that said that essentially even if you actually pay for their service that you were going to get with the camera when you bought it, it may not even actually work anymore. And when you read the responses on their forum, you can understand why some of these people are pissed. It says, given there is no way to link the queue to any offline storage, I think it's bad policy to leave us with nothing. Even 24 hours would be useful given the quote promise on the box. So at least with the cameras that I own right now, I can have them send the video to a number of different storage solutions without the involvement of the company that made the camera. camera. I can have it sent to a cloud storage solution. I can have it sent to my NAS. I can have it sent to a GeoVision NVR. I can have it sent to an open source NVR. I can send it wherever I want. If it says, again, there is no way to link it to offline storage, that really sucks. This next gentleman says, agreed with your comment. I bought the Arlo Q at the time on the basis I didn't need to enroll for a subscription plan to view any triggered video or audio to receive notification. At least I did not mind purchasing a base station rather than enrollment with plan of purchasing new cameras. Since that is not an option, I will look at other cameras other than Arlo. It just seems like more and more companies nowadays are willing to shoot themselves in the foot and break the promises that they make to their customers in order to go to a model that Scott Galloway calls the recurring revenue bundle, otherwise known as the rundle, where again, like, and to be clear, I can kind of understand where the company's coming from here, like a little bit. I can understand that if you create a product where you say there's a free amount of cloud storage, you cannot create a product with a fixed cost that then has a non-fixed operating or expenditure upkeep costs for the maintenance of those servers, the bandwidth and everything else, the people that keep it up and so on and so forth. But at the same time, that's probably why you probably shouldn't promise that to people to begin with, to get them to buy a product that they likely would not have purchased in that price range to begin with. They got people to purchase a $200 camera that they may have not have been willing to pay $200 for because of the promise in the box. And again, while I understand where people are going to say, well, hosting costs money, all this stuff costs money. Yeah, but a lot of those people may have just been fine buying a $70 or a $90 camera rather than the $200 camera. And the inability to have some adjustments to it so that it would be able to work without using their storage, it really just seems like a way to push people into purchasing the newer products and disposing of their old ones in a manner that is, in my opinion, kind of disgusting. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. How do you feel when a company creates a product and sells it to you based on the promise of something being available and then immediately changes course and does not allow you to change or modify the way you use the product so that you can go outside of their ecosystem and still have something functioning? I'm very curious. What do you think about these types of situations? And what do you think of companies that do this? Do you think that this makes sense for them as a way to, as a quick money grab? Or do you think that this is really stupid because in the long term you wind up losing out on a lot of consumer trust, and then everybody, I don't know, like the people who may watch this channel decide they're never going to buy a product? I'm very curious what you think. That being said, Oreo the cat is in my lap. Many of you have said that the reason that my videos sometimes get to 10 minutes is that I can get that sweet, sweet ad revenue. And yes, we're going to try to do that here by petting the cat. So the rest of this video is me just going to be me petting the cat so that I can make that sweet, sweet ad revenue. We're going to milk Oreo for all he's worth so that I could afford more Glandex butt wipes for this cat. He really doesn't clean himself. We're going on 5 years with this cat. He's never cleaned himself. Actually, we're going on 6 years. I got this cat in 2017. I've been trying to teach him how to clean himself for so long, you have no idea. It took years just to get him to use a litter box. Clinton and Blackberry, they clean themselves religiously. But the thing is, he's so cute. It's so cute. It's really hard to be mad at him. I don't know if you can hear him purring. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. Make sure to pet the cat. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.